Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back in the video. This is me going over my Gold Pride Punk deck profile. So Gold Pride just got released in a selection pack in Master Duel, and I thought it'd be a good time to go over the deck. And I will also be dropping a combo video that goes along with this video shortly after. But yeah, Gold Pride and Punk, they're great archetypes that synergize really well with each other. If you guys want to see a Dinomorphia build, I can try that as well. Just because you're utilizing life points is in an interesting way that just create a perfect environment for them to synergize together. But we're going to get started here with the deck profile. So here we have, for the hand traps, 3 copies of Joel and Lockbird, 3 copies of Max C, and 1 copy of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. And then, of course, the standard 3 Ash Blossom. Drill and Lock is just pretty strong right now. Maxi is always just one that you want to have 3 of. Ghost Ogre is interesting because you're actually able to search it out with this deck. So it makes a great argument for 1 of here. And then Ash Blossom is just Ash Blossom. But besides that, we're going to go into the Punk monsters. So here we have 1 copy of Shadowkusai. So Shadowkusai here is going to be your way of fusion summoning your Punk monsters. So for that reason, we want to have at least 1 copy here. 1 copy of Wagon. So Wagon here is going to be your spell search. Then we have our Madam Spider, which is our trap search. And then 3 copies of Xiamin. So Xiamin here is going to be your way of searching out your Punk monsters. So you want to run 3 copies of this because you're really going to want to see this, and you're going to see with the combo video that it's integral to have this card, and that's why we're going to be using the level 8 monsters to search this out. For that reason, we have 3 copies of Foxy Tune and 2 copies of Ogre Dance here, just so that we have our searchability while also being able to have the level 8 monster in case we want to go into, for instance, level 11 Synchro, like the Psychic and Punisher. We can do that. We just want to have access to things like that. And the final Punk monster that we have here is Deer Note. So Deer Note is pretty great just because he is a level 5 Punk monster. So it creates that a way for us to summon out a level 8 Synchro. If we want to go into our Punk Gem Drive, we're actually able to do this using Deer Note. And besides that, he is able to special summon, and he's able to special summon out another Punk monster as well. So you get a good amount of value out of this card. And now for the Punk spells and traps, we have just the Gold Pride, the Crowd Goes Wild. So this card is really great just because by revealing 1 Gold Pride monster in your hand, you can add a Gold Pride monster. Not only that, but you're actually able to special summon a Gold Pride monster from your hand, but just lose life points equal to it, which doesn't bother you too much. Then we have Punk Jam Extreme Session, which is the field spell. So this is going to be our way of just banishing Punk cards in order to special summon out other Punk cards from our hand. But besides that, if a Psychic monster you control paid life points to activate its effect, you can draw a card. So obviously you're going to be doing that a lot. And because this effect may activate twice per turn, you can use this as a way to just refill your hand quite a bit. And then for our Punk Trap, we have Punk Dangerous Gabu. So this card's going to be just going to give us a way to target an effect monster our opponent controls, negate its effect, pretty standard, and just gain some life points out of it. So that's good to see. Then for the Gold Pride section of the deck, we run 2 copies of Gold Pride Leon. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 non-warrior Gold Pride monster in your grave, summon it out. So that's going to be a great way of just getting out your Roller Baller and just have access to it during your opponent's turn. In case you want to go into the fusion monster, just take up a bunch of their monsters. But besides that, we are able to synchro summon using this card, and that's going to be the main reason we're going to be running this, and we just want to have a way to utilize that synchro summon. And then we have 3 copies of Gold Pride Captain Carry. This card, when it's normal or special summon, lets you add a Gold Pride trap from your deck to your hand, and it's just overall a strong card just to give you that searchability. And you're going to see with our Gold Pride Trap card just what you're going to be able to do during your opponent's turn. And then here we have 2 copies of Gold Pride Roller Baller. So this card during your main phase quick effect, you can fusion summon 1 Gold Pride Fusion monster. So that's going to be our way of getting out the Pinballer. And Roller Baller is just a really strong monster for that reason. And we just want to have it. We just want to be able to see it. So the 2 copies is good. If not, 1 copy can also work. We just want to make sure we have access to it in case we lose 1 of the copies. Then the final monster that I have here is Gold Pride Nitro Head. So this card is actually able to summon out a token. And if you summon this under like your opponent's extra deck or extra monster zone, we're going to be able to pop a lot of things. And it's just gives you a way to have some control over your opponent's side of the field. And now for the spells here, we have Gold Pride Better Luck Next Time. So this card, when it's activated, it lets you add a Gold Pride monster from your deck to your hand. A good amount of value, and of course you're able to draw using this card as well. You can see just the deck overall provides a good amount of draws and searchability within it. and 2 copies of E-Tally, because E-Tally is just great for this deck. I mean, we have a bunch of level 3 psychic monsters that are easily able to get out here, so we like seeing that. We like having access to this card, and 2 copies is all we're able to run it at, so that's what we're going to be doing. Then we have 2 copies of Called by the Grave because hand traps, and then we have the 1 copy of Gold Pride Start Your Engine. So if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can target one of those monsters, reveal 3 Gold Pride monsters from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to special summon, and you shuffle the rest into your deck. So usually you're going to be using this in order to target your Gold Pride Leon, or maybe even your Roller Baller. Just summon out a monster, and then during your opponent's turn, fusion or synchro summon into whatever you need. Alright guys, before I go to the extra deck, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And let's go here to the extra deck. So the first card we have here is our P.U.N.K Rising Carp. So this card is able to tribute in order to summon 2 P.U.N.K monsters. So usually you're just going to be using this in order to continue your plays and just extend from here. Then our Gold Pride Pinballer is actually going to be a powerful way of just taking up a bunch of monsters that our opponent controls, and we're actually able to do that during our opponent's turn using the Roller Baller. Then we have 2 copies of Gold Pride Star Leon. So this card lets us just target or face a monster our opponent controls, gain attack equals to that target's original attack. Then if our life points are lower, we can destroy that monster. So it's just going to give us a little bit of destruction built into it. Then we have 1 copy of Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. It's more of a flex spot just to have a level 8 synchro monster that we're able to get out. Then 1 copy of P.U.N.K Jam Dragon Drive. So this card, if it's summoned, special summoned by a P.U.N.K card or synchro summon, you can pay 600 life points and take 1 level 3 psychic monster from your deck, and either add it to your hand or send it to the grave. So it has some searchability built into it. It's more of an extender of this deck. And then 1 copy of Ravenous Crackle Dragon. So again, another just generic synchro to get out here in case you just want to have access to different levels, in case you want to synchro summon into something, while also utilizing some potential draws. And then we have 2 copies of our P.U.N.K Amazing Dragon. This card, we're able to synchro summon it during our opponent's turn, and because we can do that, we were just able to pop a bunch of cards. So similar to the Pinballer here, we can either destroy a bunch of cards or take a bunch of cards, or take a bunch of monsters. And then Psychic and Punisher is just a perfect boss monster for the deck, as you're pretty easily able to get it out, and it's going to be very annoying for your opponent to have to deal with this card. 1 copy of the Fortune Tune, just because this card is a little difficult to get out, so it can be great in case you're stuck in a bit of a pickle. 2 copies of Chariot Carry here. It's going to be your Gold Pride Spell Search, and it's just going to be the monster you go into just to continue your plays. You're going to see it in the combo video. And if you need to, you can go into the Downward Magician. And then the Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus is just a monster that we're going to be able to go into pretty easily. And of course, that's another reason why we have the Fortune Tune here. This card, if it were to be destroyed by battle or card effect, just detach a material. And then because you've accomplished the attack, you can go into your Downward Magician and then your Arsenal Zeus, and have a good amount of materials into that card. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And stay tuned because there is a combos video coming out soon. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.